So yesterday, something weird happened. You guys know I've been in this neighborhood for a long time, and so I'm walking, and I walk past that the anti-psychiatry organization, the run by the Church of Scientology, and these two guys came out. We were just, you guys know how I do these daily walks, and I wasn't even like paying attention to that, but I did some commentary, and these guys came out and started getting pretty aggro. It's hard to see in the video, but they actually like followed me for a couple of blocks. So it was really weird. So I decided to go back today and just kind of take a look outside, see what's going on. I don't know if they recognize me. I've reported on Scientology, quite a bit, so that's possible. I just don't know. I really have a lot to do today, so I cannot spend too much time doing this. I got all the court. Oh, let me see if I can see this chat. Almost. Oh, there we go. I got all the court documents for the live streamer who's been, I guess, Anthony D'Amato, who's been. They requested an arrest warrant for him, so I got all those. I'm going to publish them on Substack a little later. What's up, guys? Yeah, I just wanted to check out this CCHR. That's what I was saying, SJ and Melissa, because it was just so weird yesterday. I was like, did they recognize me? Like what? Like it was super weird. Maybe we could even do an interview if somebody. I'm guessing they probably won't be willing to talk, but that was in all the time I've had reporting. That was one of the most bizarre kind of incidents. So I'm up on Sunset. So later I'm going to publish. I went down to the courthouse finally, like I've been talking about. I got all the documents for the Zero Dark Tony guy, so I'm going to publish that later. I believe that information should be open, transparent, and free. I'm a big believer in that. So I publish actual documents. I think I'm going to add something to that if anyone wants to cover the literally $10 I spent. That's always appreciated. It was not a lot of money. So this is over on Sunset and Seward, and this is called the Citizens Commission on Human Rights, and what you can see over here is this is an anti-psychiatry organization that was founded by L. Ron Hubbard. It's a part of Scientology. Let this guy pass. The last thing I want, by the way, is to get hit by a bicycle while I'm doing a live stream. So basically, he had a really bad experience. I guess he sought psychiatric help when he was in the Navy. And I guess from his perspective, it didn't go well. And he ended up, a lot of that is part of how he ended up forming Scientology instead of getting, mental help, which really would have helped him. It's interesting that when I covered all the Scientology protests, sorry, I'm like easily distractible. Anytime someone walks in the frame, I lose my train of thought. Maybe I'll find a better place to stand. I'll go over here. So I think out of all their organizations, I find this one like the most really like offensive, because mental health it's helped so many people. Like psychiatry has helped so many people, right? And I find it, is it Los Santos? I get a lot of GTA comments on these streams. That kind of makes me laugh. I don't know. I find that like super, like deeply offensive that the way they attack, mental health professionals. You know what I mean? Like, so what happened yesterday was, you guys know I like to do these walks, right? So I'm walking past, and I'd already passed the building, and I think I made a little bit of comment or whatever, and then all of a sudden I heard a door slam, and I was like, I just wasn't up for that, so I kind of turned. I was like, oh, this feels like this, there's a problem. And it was this guy in a black trench coat. I could not hear what he was saying. He repeated it. I actually wondered, because I've seen, how I cover the far right. I've seen them do this trick before, where they say something and you can't. It's low, and the idea is that you get closer so they can hit you. I've actually seen guys do that. So I didn't get close, and then someone's texting me. And then so I kept walking, and a block later I turned around. Not only is he still following me, but so is one of the security guards. So I'm you guys have heard me talk about how I have a 2-page letter from them on my wall. They know who I am, right? I'm in that book or whatever. That's all part of the job. But even by some of the protests I've covered, that's what I was trying to get back to. That was extreme. I was at least 3 blocks away, and these guys were still following me, which was very bizarre. So yeah, I don't know. So I thought maybe we'd just take a quick look. I don't know. Let me ask you guys, what do you think about that? You're smart. Melissa said intimidation is their number one tactic. That it was so weird. I've been covering these protests since November, right? That's when I started coming around, because Streets and I are friends, and so I missed some of the other stuff. But and I've seen some violence and stuff that was terrible that's occurred at these. But I found that deeply just weird. Here comes a woman. Maybe she's gonna talk. I'm not you know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah, I know all the tricks, believe me. I mean, that one, it sounds crazy that someone would do the low talking thing, but I've seen people do that. These people are crazy, And the guy was real aggro, I'm not afraid of confrontation, but I try to avoid it. I don't want to be in the middle of something if I don't have to be, It actually was like the Matrix. That kind of tripped me out a little bit. But a very angry Matrix. So it looks different now. It was closed yesterday. So this is it. I don't like confrontation, but also I don't run from it. I mean, it's part of being a reporter or any investigator, really. So this is. And then this is it here. It just seems kind of extreme, no? And no one ever goes in here, dude. I've rarely seen anybody go in here. So I don't have too much to say about that, just that if you live in this area, or you've covered these protests, or you're a journalist or whatever, I would just say be careful out here, because that was a different response than I've seen at any of these places, including at in front of the actual church facilities. You know what I mean? Like, I know you guys have seen some stuff go down, but so have I. And that was like really weird. And it made me wonder, actually, was something going on in here? Because if you saw the look on that guy's face, as I did when I turned around, that was like a rage look. It was crazy. We still have First Amendment rights in this country, last I checked, you know? Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, it's like, when you can just see that look on someone's face. I think it's universal, but there's a certain like man look, like when another man looks at you in a way like he wants to smash your face in. That's what the look was. And it was like, it actually took me aback, to be honest. I was surprised. I talked to another reporter, and now we're actually interested in what's going on here. See, I wasn't thinking about it before. I'm used to it, but now I'm actually kind of wondering what was going on in here, because it was so bizarre. It was just so strange. But I don't really have too much more to say about it. How you doing, man? What's going on? This is my neighborhood, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let somebody push you around in your own neighborhood. And that was like kind of sad, to be honest. But, I'll come back as much as I can here. This place, just a normal facility. It says we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. What service? Dude, that was weird, man. I think I'm gonna come back quite a bit now, because now I am like I think something was going on there. I obviously can't prove that, but it was very weird. Even when I talked to them, when I wrote about them, they, was the spokesperson Karen Poe mad? I mean, yeah, I think so, but she wasn't like, it wasn't like yesterday, right? It was a different vibe here today, though, so as a reporter, you file those things away, right? So yesterday was Sunday. So what is it about Sunday, and will that person be back on Sunday, right? Because it's totally different now, right? I just stood out there, no one came out or anything like that. I've heard some allegations about that particular institution that I'm not going to repeat, but like my interest is definitely piqued, to say the least. I'm telling you, if you saw the look on that guy's face, that was crazy. I mean, the windows are all blacked out, so like, this kind of makes you wonder. Oh, by the way, if you guys use VPNs, to protect your IP address, for privacy, I would highly recommend, no, I'm not paid to say this, I wish I had a sponsor, but no. Mulvad VPN. I would say that's the best one, because they have a big emphasis on the privacy, which is like the whole point. Plus, I love that mass surveillance is made by machine men with machine hearts. I love that. Oh wow, look at this, man. You know what else is funny? So I think I worked for like a day at this place when I was really struggling at donor services. That was so what it is it's like a boiler room for political donations. Now it looks like it's closed. So they like hustle for donations, like it was at the time, it was, I think it might have been Obama, but it's also one of those jobs where they're raising money for candidates of opposite parties. And so the employees had to, like I said, I was there one day, I was like, yeah, this is not not for me, as much as I needed the money. It's like an auto dialer, and you're just like talking to all these people and you have to pretend like you agree with them. It's like, if you know me, you know that's like would not be my thing, to say the least. I think someone wrote a book about how they have these basically boiler rooms. There's a bunch in this city where they work for political campaigns, just trying to get money from people over the phone. I'm telling you, it's a crazy industry. It literally looks like a boiler room where they're selling stock, except they're trying to get donations for candidates. Oh, we got a robot coming up here. Yeah, I'd recommend Mulvad VPN. They're so focused on privacy, you can even mail them an envelope full of cash, and it's just connected to an account number. So even they don't know who it is. And that's kind of like, well, that's, everybody might not need that level of privacy. Oh, this is Brianna. Remember in the last stream? This is the same robot. That's Brianna. Did you know that the police also have tried to get footage from these robots at least once? I guess that's not really surprising. So I wonder if because I often will see the robots out here, because I wonder if that's because it's a lot of people order from Chick-fil-A. Yeah, a lot of those phone type deals, those scams and all that, they do target the elderly. It's really shameful. That's why it's also important to talk to your relatives and, educate people about these phone scams. Very important. Now they have, some of them are using AI. So let's say your voice, let's say my voice, right? It's out there on the internet from this and from podcasts. People can basically take your voice and then try to run one of these scams. It sounds like you. All right, so what else? So like I was saying earlier, I went down to the courthouse today downtown, and I got all the court documents for this Tony D'Amato case, the live streamer who, so they requested an arrest warrant last year. I'm not sure what the status is on why he hasn't been arrested. So I'll ask about that too, but it's 15 pages. And he's He's charged with some pretty serious stuff there. I mean, they call them misdemeanors. I certainly don't know why. Cruelty to a child is a misdemeanor? Pretty crazy, huh? You know, violating a restraining order. I mean, how is that a misdemeanor? I have to ask a lawyer friend. So yeah, it was good to go downtown. It's kind of like nice being down there on a Monday. It's got that kind of that. They were shooting a movie down there, which was just kind of interesting. And then, so I'll publish those maybe a little later or tomorrow. Probably later. And then I got my piece coming out about how you. It's about how you can protect yourself from. It's about how you can protect yourself from the January 6th terrorists who got released from jail. You know, because there's like hundreds of them. Actually, I was shocked. So one has already been killed in a police shootout. It happened literally today or yesterday. That's exactly what I've been talking about how dangerous these people are. And they're dangerous to cops. I mean, obviously, they're dangerous to everybody. You could look it up. It was in, I think it was Indiana. I don't have his name right in front of me, but if you go to my Twitter or my Blue Sky, which is the same, my name, I posted it. That's Eric LeVay on Twitter and Blue Sky. So the cop pulled him over. I don't know exactly, why. And when he pulled him over, the guy was armed, and according to the article, he resisted arrest or got into some kind of physical thing with the cop who shot him to death. I mean, it's been a week. You know what I mean? It's only been a week. Tasha, I think it's Tasha. I think it's Tasha Adams, who's Stuart Rhodes' wife. You know, who was the head of the Oath Keepers. So she's now scared, because he's a violent psycho. And then SJ mentioned, I think, Jackson Reffitt, who turned his own father in. That kid's got a lot of, it took a lot of courage to do that. There was actually more than one young person who did that. There were a few, and now he's afraid, understandably. He's in hiding, basically, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's definitely protected herself. I don't know. I'd actually really like to. I would like to. Interview's not the right word. You know what I mean? Like, I would just like to. I guess she doesn't need my help, but I do know about these things just from working in that space. So, I guess my heart goes out to her. That's really all I'm saying. That's a horrible thing. Being on the run from an abusive man like that, I mean, there's, these guys are, as unfortunately many of us, know, or some have experienced personally, these guys are psychos. They will just look for you anywhere. She was on CNN a while ago, but she said she's not going to do any more interviews for a while. I think my old boss knew her a little bit at my previous job because they were in the same state, which is not a secret where she was at the time. Oh, shoot. Guess I'll go to the end of the block and then I got some stuff to do. I'll walk back the other way.
You were panicking.
All right, across here. Amoeba Records. We are gonna actually walk past her. Yeah. Don't you worry about it. I'm just thinking, that's all. About which route I want to take home. So what's new with the Scientology protests? Anything going on with that? I heard there's been a lot going on. That's what I heard. You guys know I'm not into all that stuff. I keep it close, and I do my stuff, I guess. I just report, man. I'm not involved. Except that I think that they're a destructive criminal cult who should be indicted and dissolved by the government, but I don't think that's an unusual position. There's a lot of mafia groups out there now, though. Oh wow, look at this. If I had a little more time, maybe stop in.
Unfortunately, we didn't have
Welcome to the new age of American oligarchs. All those years when I report, like, that's why my bio says organized crime reporter, because that's what I always felt like the work that kind of summed up what I'm doing. It wasn't like I was reporting on the, like, what people think of as the mafia, but it was, I would report on like mafias in other countries, you know, like Russia, a lot of other places, not just Russia. But now it's here for sure. Musk is an oligarch, you know. That's what all this is. They just want to sell this country for spare parts, basically. That's why you do stuff like fire all the watchdogs, you know, it's because you want to steal. You can actually, it's crazy because in real time you can almost see this country becoming Russia, China, you know, countries that are our adversaries. You know, I don't usually walk this way. I like it though. Oh look, check that out. Look. I have to get a photo of that. Hang on. Oh, shit. Yeah. Blocking my shot. All right. You have a Danish passport? That's awesome. I've been there. It's a great country. You said Jesus would let all the Palestinian refugees come to the United States. I agree with that. If they obviously if they wanted to, but yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that. And unapologetically me. I think the watch hours are always 5 days behind, so it takes 5 days to find out, but I'm pretty sure we did, which is going to be cool. If you want to help, by the way, you could always leave one of the streams playing. No, like literally people do that. You can, like at night, just like leave one of my streams on autoplay. So what I did at the beginning of the stream was, because I know you were watching that stream with those weirdos who followed me out of the museum, or the so I went back there today and just kind of took a look, and it was a very different vibe, but I'm not super happy about what happened the other day. Like I just thought about it and I was like, because like I've been here a long time and like I don't want to feel like nervous in my own neighborhood, and that absolutely was like, even me, made me nervous, which is pretty hard to do, you know, like people know from covering the other protests. So I went back there, but this time it was totally different. So I think we're gonna have to go back on Sunday though, because that's when that happened. I don't usually walk on this block, but this is a nice area too. This is Franklin. It's a lot of like old buildings here, you know. Because like I said in the stream in the beginning, I mean, you couldn't see it, but the look on that guy's face was that he wanted to pound my face. Like, that's what it looked like. I could tell. And I was like, oh boy. That's a bad look. See, they closed the sidewalk here. I mean, you guys have seen some of those other streams, what happened to some of the people who protested Scientology, you know? I mean, forget about what's happened to the reporters. That alone could fill a book, you know? I mean, they set that first reporter up, Paulette Cooper. She was going to go to prison probably. For they set her up to look like a bomber. The only reason that they found out was, that's a nice building too. It kind of looks like San Francisco. It does not look like LA as much. The only reason they found out was when the FBI raided Scientology in that big raid. They found the documents showing that it was a plot against Paulette Cooper. I know, I'm not even protesting and they acted like that towards me. It's crazy. I don't know if they necessarily understand the difference or care. I think anybody's an enemy to them. Yeah, there is a great irony, and like now it's truly scary that like freaking like Dr. Phil is embedded with these like alleged like law enforcement missions, which is really scary because you see that in fascist countries do stuff like that all the time, right? The where the media is an arm of the state, you know, like in like a real way. I saw that and my blood actually went cold. You know, that is really frightening. We saw Dr. Phil was down at UCLA, you know, after the mob attack by the mob of mass, you know, counter protesters, and I was like, is that Dr. Phil? Like, I didn't really know what kind of politics he had. He's obviously like very right wing. You said, I read a post by someone who just consumes the content with a real name and they were coming after her. That's not good. Well, who was coming after? Um, the fires have been mostly contained. The main one that's still going is not in LA. It's called the Border 2 fire. It's down by San Diego. I have not checked on the latest containment. Last time I checked, it was 10% contained, which is, you know, not very much, unfortunately. Otherwise, I think today they opened up, like in the Palisades, every resident can now return. Unfortunately, you know, their house may be gone, but I'm definitely like not down. Like people thought like it was like funny if somebody's house burned down because they live in a rich neighborhood. Like, dude, that's not funny. Like, okay, I understand. Like believe me, no one knows more than me about class and status and all that stuff. But I don't know. I guess make jokes if you want. I don't know. Seems weird to me. Your home is your home. Yeah, that's right. I think I said that about James Woods, remember? Although later it found out like maybe his house didn't burn, but at the time I was like, look, I don't like the guy's politics, but you think I'm gonna joke about his house burning down? Like, no, man, that's not funny. But then I don't actually know what happened there. Someone was saying that it didn't burn. When I had to flee that one night, I mean, I was lucky. I got all my stuff. You know, I had a place to go. I like how the dispensary, which is called Pineapple Express, has some kind of deal with the taco place. Now that is thinking. This is a really good mechanic, by the way. I pointed this out more than once. I do need to start getting sponsors on this channel, don't I? No, but if you need a mechanic in LA, seriously, Bert's Garage. These guys are like really nice. They're honest, you know. Honest being the very important. They do a good job, you know, a timely job. I've been to them a bunch of times. They're friendly, professional. It's a good comment. I like that. Oh, good, man. I love to walk. I walk all day. Expect miracles. Forgive my ignorance. What is this exactly? Whew. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can subscribe to my Substack. It's all in the channel description. And if it's your first time on this channel, this is Eric LeVay, and I'm a investigative reporter and sometimes a political commentator. And I've been on the Daily Show podcast with Jordan Klepper and a lot of stuff. The radical right. I've also worked as it's called an open source intelligence analyst, which is use publicly available information to bring people to justice, and like war criminals and terrorists and things like that. So fun stuff. And a guitarist, thank you. Yeah, I know you all saw me at the Viper Room on those live streams. It's honestly my favorite thing to do. I just somehow got into doing this other stuff. Oh boy. Can you see my face? I don't know. I have to think about it. I'm not looking my best right now. I've been walking around for the last 2 hours. Is that a cat? Let's check it out. You gotta love it. Oh my God, look. I love it. That was so cool. All right, maybe for a second I'll reveal my identity. I'm very average looking, so don't get upset. That's me. Ooh, I need a haircut. All right, enough of that. Pretty average. All right. You guys are going to get an awesome view here. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Because this is really cool up here. Oh boy. No, I just like to have fun. I'm a little bit of a jokester, so. No, I'm a strong 10. Yeah, there's no question about it. I just don't like making people feel bad, so I like to play it down a little bit. But I'd say strong 10, LA 10, LA 11 maybe. I forgot about the fence. Go over here. East Coast then? All right. That's the 101 North. I'm glad I'm not sitting on that right now. And then that's Capitol Records right there. Yeah, I wish I could get a shot without the fence. Forgot about that. I think I can do it. Wait. Hang on. I did it. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna end on a high note here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, check out my work, Substack, or you can just look me up on Twitter, Instagram. It's Eric LeVay, Blue Sky. Be safe. Bye bye.